Hey y'all, welcome back to Am's in Progress. My name is Amber and we have some recipe taste testing for you today. My sister is coming into town, so there's a couple things I wanted to try. We're gonna try pumpkin muffins, also because I work the next 2 days, and so I'm just gonna eat these for my breakfast the next 2 days. They're 2 points each. I already have showed the maple blueberry sausage I'm gonna make, but I haven't shared it since being on Weight Watchers. So this is gonna be a 0-point breakfast sausage that you can add to whatever the heck you want in the mornings and get nice protein first thing in the morning. We're also going to be making it's a Mexican marinated chicken that you then either throw on the grill or in the oven and roast it. And we're gonna shred ours up and put it into tacos. I'm also gonna be making an Instant Pot Mexican rice to go with it. And we're gonna have refried beans on the side. She is on WW as well, so all of these things are gonna be WW friendly. And a few of them are actually things I've seen in the app that I wanna try recipe-wise, like that pumpkin muffins and our dessert that we're gonna have. My sister loves cherries. And I saw on WW's Instagram, they have a cherry sorbet. So we're gonna make that and see how that is. I think it's a 3-point dessert that we're gonna try. Whew, so pumpkin muffins, sausage, delicious chicken for dinner, and dessert. Am I missing anything? I think not. So we're gonna jump straight into this breakfast meal prep. All the recipes, of course, are down below written out and linked to your WW app. So you can just go on over there and check it out over there. We're gonna do the muffins first so that while they are baking, we can be working on our sausage. So get that oven prepped to 350. We are gonna start off by adding our 3 eggs into a bowl, along with 1 cup of pumpkin. This is just the solid canned pumpkin. This is not pumpkin pie filling. The only ingredient in this is pumpkin. We're also gonna add 3/4 cup of water, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, 3/4 of a teaspoon of vanilla. 3/4? Heck with that, I'm adding a whole teaspoon. Can't have too much vanilla. Now we're gonna take this and stir it together really well. To that, we're gonna add 2.5 teaspoons of monk fruit, which is just under a tablespoon, plus 1 1/3 cup of the Kodiak Cake mix. They said I think it's like the whole wheat one. I'm using what I already had, so now we stir again. Now we're gonna add 1/2 cup of sliced almonds. I'm not measuring it because it says that's about 1/2 cup, and I'm just gonna trust the package. Now we're gonna add it to our liners. You can just spray your pan and not have liners, but I had these little guys just lying around for years, and they want their turn in the spotlight. So here they are, cute little cupcake liners. I like to use an ice cream scoop to measure out my muffins and cupcakes. We have beautifully portioned muffins. And now we're gonna add some Lilly's baking chips. I'm gonna start off, I already have a bag that's already open. I'm sure I'll end up using all this and that. We're gonna add 5 chocolate chips on top of each muffin, which seems a bit tedious, but here we go. I had enough. How exciting. Bonus. You can eat that now, and the points don't count. Now we're gonna bake this on 350 for 15 to 20 minutes until a toothpick comes out clean. While those are in the oven, I have my 1 pound of ground turkey. This is the 99% lean. And to that, we're gonna add a whole bunch of spices, y'all. I know this is extra and it's delicious, so let's just jump into it. We got a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of garlic, 1/2 teaspoon of paprika. I'm using Hungarian, but use whatever you have. 1/2 teaspoon of sage, 1/2 teaspoon of thyme, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper flakes, and a 1/4 teaspoon of allspice. Yeah, buddy. Extra flavor here. Now, I'm gonna go take this bowl over to the sink and fill it up with water because wet hands are way easier to form the patties with. Anytime your hands start getting a little sticky, that's what the water's for. I'm gonna just spray a little bit of avocado oil and drop them in. I'm gonna go back for a little bit more water on my hands each time I get a new patty. But now that they've been cooking for a couple minutes, I'm just gonna add a splash of water. I'm just gonna use the water I was using for my hands. And then cover it. This way that the 99% fat-free turkey, this will just kind of help keep the turkey moist and not dried out. And now I'm just going to let that liquid reduce down just a little bit. There's a lot of flavor in that liquid, so I'm just going to kind of turn my patties around, making sure each patty gets in that little reduced liquid. It gives it a lot more flavor. Here is breakfast for the next couple days. So this is a 2-point muffin, and if you have 2 of them, it's 4 points. I'm excited and nervous. Okay, first off, my chocolate chips are trying to come off on the wrapper, and no, I did not count you as a point for you to like get thrown away. You know what I'm saying? There we go. It's okay. Let's zhuzh it up for a sec. Muffin acquired. A little bit of the maple syrup. You can have 9 grams of this for 0 points. And then a little bit of cinnamon. Now let's try it. Now it tastes like a pumpkin French toast. And I like that. So I'd say that muffin itself, 5 out of 10. It's there. I don't even know if I'd be willing to spend 2 points on it. But when you do all the toppings, it turns into like an 8 out of 10 for sure. And I think even if you like broke these up, like take 2 of them, just go for it one day. Okay, take 2 of these and then bake them again. Get them like crispity, you know what I mean? And then do all that stuff. It'd be like a French toast bake. It'd be delicious. And that's probably how me and my sister are gonna do them. And then I have shared these before, like I said, but it's just hard to go wrong with 0-point turkey sausage. The turkey by itself has like almost no flavor, but throwing all those seasonings in there just make this so flavorful, and it doesn't taste weird in the microwave, because you know me and microwave meats, not my thing. This does have a little bit of a kick to it, so if you don't like any spice at all, omit the red pepper flakes, but I'm a fan. By the way, the recipe says that these muffins will keep in the refrigerator for 7 days, so that's pretty good. Okay, it's a couple days later and my sister's getting in today, and I need my chicken to be marinated for about 3 hours before we cook it. So I just got home from work. I'm gonna throw this together and then I'm gonna go try to take a nap because I've been up since 4 and I'm exhausted. So let's get this marinade together really, really quickly. You need at least an hour on this marinade, but I would say 3 hours is best. There are also 2 seasonings that if you cannot find them, I'm gonna link the original recipe below, and it will give you the ingredients on how to make these 2, just in case you can't find them in your grocery store. I'm not gonna try to pronounce this, y'all. I'm too tired to try. I found this in my regular like baking aisle where all the seasonings are, and then we have this one. I found this one in my Latin aisle. Like I said, if you can't find either one of these, there are instructions on how to make your own. But I'm going the easy route today. I'm also using a combination of thighs and breast. Breasts are for me, and if my sister, she can have whatever she wants. And then thighs are for my husband because he really likes those. I have a bowl basically just to help hold up my gallon Ziploc bag that I have folded over on itself so this part doesn't get all gross and messy. I'm going to use half a cup of avocado oil. You will notice if you look in the Weight Watchers recipe that it says 1/4 of a cup, and then on the ingredients like extra list, it shows that I'm using a 1/2 cup, but because not all of it's gonna stick, it's a marinade, most of this is gonna stay in the bag. I'm only tracking 1/4 of a cup, and that's actually being quite generous. Most of the oil is still gonna be sitting in here. To that, I'm gonna add the juice of an orange and a lime. I have 6 garlic cloves, so that I took the skin off and I whacked them so they kind of open up to release some of that oil. But I'm not gonna chop them up because I don't want them to stick to my chicken and burn on the grill. So we're just gonna throw them in there whole. Now moving on to the spices. We're gonna put 1 tablespoon of this and then keep this one out because you're gonna sprinkle some more of it on the chicken when you throw the chicken on the grill or right before you roast it, whatever you choose to do. There are instructions for both down below. A tablespoon of smoked paprika. I'm gonna do a tablespoon of Mexican oregano. If you can find the Mexican, it does have a different flavor than the Italian kind, and I highly recommend getting the Mexican one. I'm actually just gonna put that out on my hand and then give it a little bit of a crush. I love Mexican oregano. Now we have this one, and it's come in some packets, and I'm gonna use 2 packets. And then we're gonna act like this is 1 teaspoon of cumin, but I do not have it. This is the first time ever. That used to be the spice that I'd always buy because I thought I didn't have it. And then I had like 5 bottles. I'm like, I really need to stop buying this. So then I haven't bought it in a while and now I need it. See, that's why you keep buying it. But I'm gonna replace it with Chipotle. It's still gonna give it some smoky flavor. This is gonna add a little bit of heat as well. But this should be cumin. A teaspoon of red pepper flakes. 2 tablespoons of a white vinegar. And then salt and pepper. I normally use kosher salt, but I'm cleaning my kosher salt like thing because I got raw chicken on it. So we're gonna go with sea salt today. And now I'm just going to mush this together so it's all well incorporated. Now we're ready to add about 2.5 pounds of chicken, whatever parts you so choose. On my chicken breasts, I did cut them in half just so that they were about the same size as the thighs, so they should cook about the same amount of time. Seal it, and then now we're just going to make sure all that chicken gets coated with that delicious marinade. All right. I'm gonna throw this back in my bowl just to keep it from leaking anywhere and go throw this in the fridge for 3 hours. I have my charcoals getting ready and getting the grill really hot, and I'm going to add a tablespoon of oil into my Instant Pot and let that get hot. And then I'm going to add 1 cup of rice that has been rinsed and dried. And I'm going to stir that around and let it cook for 3 to 4 minutes until the rice gets nice and toasted but not burnt. We do not want burnt rice. To that, we're going to add half of an onion as well as 2 garlic cloves, and then let it cook for another 3-ish minutes, making sure you're stirring this along the way. Now we're gonna add 8 ounces of tomato sauce, 1 tablespoon of chicken bouillon, I'm just using the kind that's in the jar here, and then 1 cup of water. Give this another stir. I'm turning off my saute and adding my lid, making sure it's on the seal. And then we're gonna hit the rice button. Once this is done cooking, we're gonna let this naturally release for 10 minutes. Y'all, my husband is not here. I did that all by myself. Can you believe that? That is awesome. Just gonna spread that out. And now we're gonna add our chicken. Okay.
But he likes it here, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Is he done with the turkey program?
Okay, like let's be real. I'm not the one who normally grills, but I have seared all the chicken on both sides. Now I'm taking it off of the hot part and I'm gonna add the lid and let it cook for a little bit longer. And we're gonna pray this comes out well because my husband normally does this, but he was working a little bit late, so you know, we're gonna make it work. The thighs are already done, but the chicken breasts probed a little bit low. You want them to get to 165. They're not there yet, so we're gonna put those back on. Let your rice naturally release for 10 minutes. And then we're going to manually release the rest. Look at that fluffy Mexican rice. Here is some of our chicken. Here are the thighs, here are the breasts. I'm gonna shred them both up, or you can just eat it just like this. It's absolutely delicious. And we have some authentic toppings. So this is white onion with cilantro. For people who don't like cilantro, just white onion. For people who don't like raw onion, my sister, just cilantro. And then we have some raw cabbage. I bought the shredded cabbage. I just chopped it up a little bit more. Lime for everybody, because it's not a party until you add some lime. I've got this little tin. I think it came with my Instant Pot, but you could do like a 6-inch one if you wanted to do something similar. I'm going to take my muffins. I'm just gonna break them up. Actually, let's spray this first. Break this up. I'm gonna do 3 servings in here. We're each gonna get 3 of the muffin, or we're each gonna get 2 of the muffins, but there's my husband, me, and my sister all here. So we're gonna do 3 servings in this little guy. So here we have 6 muffins. So I've just kind of pressed down. I want this to be like a French toast casserole. I'm gonna spray the top with avocado oil. I'm gonna drop it in my air fryer, and I'm gonna cook this on 370 for, I'm gonna start off with like 6 minutes and just kind of go from there. We're just playing and seeing what works. And then we have our turkey sausage, which I'm just gonna microwave. We have our turkey sausage and our muffins. And we're gonna do it just like I did the other day. A little bit of syrup. Just a smidge. And some cinnamon. You can do pumpkin spice seasoning. And that is our 4-point breakfast. I had a great time with my sister. She was not a fan of being on camera, so this little photo will have to do. I love her very much. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see y'all next time.